What's up? Welcome back. I'm John Stark from MacMovieGuy.com, your favorite blind film critic, and today I'm going to be talking about Worth. It's part of my March Madness. I'm going back through the Netflix movies, and I'm trying to review 31 of them that I think are good, great, or excellent. And I really liked Worth back in 2020 when it first came out. Stars Michael Keaton, Amy Ryan, and Stanley Tucci, and it is about the 9/11 victims and their fund and how we compensated them for their loss. Didn't really make an impact in award season, but it feels like an award season movie. So click like and subscribe, please. I'm at a time where I'm trying to, get studios to pay attention about audio description accessibility, and this film has some really great audio description. It's International Digital Center, written by Betty Capone and narrated by Liz Gutman, who I'm only familiar with her as a writer. I feel like maybe I've heard her narrate before, and it just like I've heard so many things that it just didn't register with me. But it was really crazy because I didn't even think. It's like I've heard Liz speak before. I've spoken with her, and I just not at no point was I like, oh, this is Liz, you know. Listen to her podcast, all that kind of stuff, and I was never like, oh, yep. And at the end, I was like, what? So, yeah, it's a drama. It focuses on the moments, couple of sort of harder moments about, there's, one victim that they talk to who's been burned. I thought the description held that nicely. Everything is just sort of beats. It's a drama, so it's all about reactions and enhancing what the actors are giving in any given scene, and not necessarily about nothing blows up. Well, except, anyway, nothing, there's no horror, there's no gore, there's no sex, nothing like that. So it's really just these slower moments and how do you enhance the actors. So, based on a true story, Keaton plays the guy that's chosen to figure out how the thing should pay out. And Stanley Tucci essentially plays one of the victims' husbands, who is smart enough to know that this isn't the way to do it and to go about it, and he gets a lot of people behind him, so he sort of becomes the Lorax for the victims, and he gets Keaton to sort of change his mind about his approach so that things are better. Laura Benanti is also in this. She has a really nice, sort of impactful role. Her scene is really good. Amy Ryan, she's fine. I mean, she's definitely been given more to do before in the past. She's not really given too much to do here. But she's good at listening and reacting to things. It's basically Keaton's movie, but also there's so much anguish through Tucci's performance that you can feel the sadness and the grief, but also the resilience that he has in standing up for what's right in the situation. So, and it does tackle the fact that, we've, ever since this first started, we've continued to fund 9/11 victims and also first responders ever since then, in their continued sort of, they've started getting weird sicknesses and illnesses and stuff from all the stuff that they inhaled down there at Ground Zero. So it tackles that, and I thought this was a good movie. I mean, when it came out, this was a movie where I liked it, and it just wasn't tracking in award season. And I feel like there's always a movie like that, where it always seems like it's on the fringe of award season every year, where it's like, I like it, I know some other people who like it, and it just doesn't happen for that movie. Like, this year was Ghostlight. A few years ago was Last Duel. I was a big fan of Last Duel, and it just didn't go anywhere. And I was a big fan of Worth when it came out. I liked it a lot more, and it just couldn't materialize into anything, even in a pandemic year. So, Worth. Definitely check it out if you haven't seen it. I highly recommend it. I think Keaton's performance is good. I think if I had to pick somebody's performance out of this to have given a nomination to, honestly, she's not in that much of the movie, but Laura Benanti would have been an excellent supporting actress nomination. She has a couple scenes where she's really impactful, and you feel so much from her. I also think Stanley Tucci gives more here than he does in Conclave. So this wouldn't have been a bad supporting actor nomination for Tucci. So, uh, yeah, I'm pretty high on Worth. I'm going to be higher than anybody else. So I liked watching it again, even though it's not really a happy movie. I think it's a well-made movie. It's about 2 hours. So you're not going to waste a ton of time in this movie. And I know we have our 9/11 movies, and some of them are not perfect. Some of them are pretty good though. Paul Greengrass's United 93 is excellent. Come From Away is a beautiful musical. And I think Worth tells an important story that is just really underrated. I'm giving Worth an A. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Inclusivity is not a bad word, guys. And I'll see you guys on the other side.